Welcome in with a somber intro as the football season has come to an end with a Seattle Seahawks victory over the New England Patriots. That's right, friends. This is the Casual Chaos Live podcast. We're not somber. We're still going to have a great time tonight. As always, I'm your host, Jay Ash, here with Jeff and Bubba. What's up, fellas?
What is going on?
How you doing, Ash? Bubba, what's up, buddy?
Doing great. Pitchers and catchers coming to town soon. I know we're mostly NFL here, but it's exciting to have baseball around the corner too.
One door closes, another one opens. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody should write that down. I think there's a good chance that we can really spread our wings here and fly without football. I mean, I think we can do it. I think we're capable. I
think so. I'm right with you.
Yeah. So we've got a show here tonight. It's 8:12 on a Thursday, our normal recording time. So this will go up on Friday. We're gonna do a little Super Bowl recap. We got some things to talk about outside the league. The Winter Olympics are going on. No one cares. But yeah, that's not true. Some people care. But we had a USA hockey game today, so we'll cover a little bit of everything. But why don't we just jump right into talking tickets? Producer Tyler.
Yes, sir. Before we dive into the board and talking tickets, again, this segment is brought to you by Last Rep. Look, we all know the grind isn't just a buzzword. Whether you're hitting the gym or sweating a parlay until the West Coast games wrap up, your body takes the hit. That's why we've partnered with Last Rep, the world's first athletic recovery cocktail. It's a crisp, refreshing, hemp-derived THC athletic recovery beverage designed specifically to help you dial it back, recover, and get ready for the next round. No hangover, no bloat, just the perfect way to settle in while we go over today's action. Whether you're crushing workouts, crushing parlays, or just crushing life, Last Rep's got your back. Recovery shouldn't be complicated. It should be convenient, effective, and taste damn good. This new and exciting seltzer is now available at select locations across Tampa Bay. However, here's the best part. As a Casual Chaos listener, you can grab yours with 20% off using promo code CHAOS at trylastrep.com. Again, that's chaos, CHAOS, for 20% off. Now let's get into the tickets, boys.
Do it.
20% off is nice. We like it.
It's better than 0% off. That's most certainly true.
It sure is.
Which is what this bet paid out for me.
That's it. $0.
I thought it had a chance, too. He was playing great football. A lot of the guys on New England's defense played pretty well, but he made a couple huge plays. If he has that pick in the end of the first half, I thought maybe he gets a pick six and they end up winning a weird game. Thought I had a chance, but unfortunately, no dice. Luckily, it was only $1 for Christian Gonzalez. That was for me there. This one's another tough one here. Rain Man had Kenneth Walker III to have 3 catches. And Cooper Kupp to have at least 35 yards. Cooper Kupp had, I think, 31 yards in the first drive of the game, so he really didn't have to sweat that receiving yards one out. Kenneth Walker, I think, had 2 catches in the first half and ended up with 2 catches. So
that one hurts.
A tough one when you got 500 bones on it. He was probably thinking, all right, where am I going to put this 1,100 as a live bet at some point? And just never came in. Didn't help that the Patriots didn't really do anything offensively to make them have to push the ball. But tough loss there for Rain Man. But we keep on running. Luckily, Rain Man hit this beauty. It looks like Rain Man actually took Seattle to win the Super Bowl fairly early in the season. Because he had him at plus 1,200, so it couldn't have been too late in the season because they were one of the best teams in the league for a while there. Or seemingly so. So he had $175 to win 2,100. That hits when Seattle wins the Super Bowl. So that is an awesome hit for Rain Man. As bad as the one is before to not win, that's a great one to win right there for Rain Man. So big W there for Rain Man on the future for Seattle to win the Super Bowl.
Very nice. Yeah.
Then we had Jay Ash here. Jay Ash had a ladder. He actually had Matt Collins from 27 up to 47, I believe, Jay. Is that correct?
I sure did.
Yeah, so all of them hit because the top one hit. So nice little Mac Hollins day. That one catch pretty much cashed it in. The catch for the touchdown probably hit all of them. So awesome stuff there. Mac Hollins was probably the best player on the Patriots, not on the defense. So good stuff there for Mac Hollins. And then last but not least, this was one of mine, my only big win of the day. So this was Ramondre Stevenson, anytime touchdown. Drake May to throw 2 touchdown passes. Cooper Kupp to have over 3.5 catches, and Mac Hollins to have over 25.5 receiving yards. So that little shoestring catch by Ramondre Stevenson in junk time was massive for me because I needed Drake May to throw another touchdown and Ramondre to score. So it was a perfect scenario for me to cash a bet right there. So that's all the talking tickets we got today. Again, send them in. We'd love to hear about what you guys are betting right now. Now that football season's done, let's hear some basketball. Let's get some college hoops, some NBA. Hockey's in full swing. Obviously, Jay talked about the Olympics, but send us whatever you got. We'd love to talk about it next week.
Love it.
And thank you to Last Rep. Great beverage. One of the best.
Loving the Last Rep. Thank you for the sponsorship and support. Let's jump right into the Super Bowl recap. Obviously, we're a few days behind the talking heads on major networks, so we'll keep this strictly on the gambling perspective. We were talking before we jumped on about prop bets and whatnot, so why don't we just talk about, we had a little Propapalooza last week before the game. How'd everybody do on their Propapalooza plays that we gave out?
Well, I think you did the best out of all of us, Jay. So why don't you go ahead? Out of the ones that we did put on the pod last week, what were your 2 or 3 favorites that ended up hitting?
Well, Tyler and I were talking about it beforehand. My ticket still cashed as I had will there be a pick 6 at plus 400, so I actually had 100 on that came in, and obviously that's sandwiched with an anytime special teams and defensive touchdown, so that hit. And I also had the Hollins ladder, which I had him over the 47, but I had him all the way up. And then looking at it, I think the only other one, I had a bunch that came in. The total sacks for the game and Byron Murphy both came in for me too. So overall, I picked up on what we gave out, the 10 props we each gave out. I picked up $877 on that play and $100 across the board.
Yeah,
so
very nice.
It's pretty good.
I had, I think only 4 out of the 11 that I gave out hit, but the odds were good on the ones that hit. So I ended up making a little bit of money, which, hey, anytime you make money with 11 props, you're doing okay. So, I had the Seattle defense scoring a touchdown that was plus 400. And, I also had the yellow, green, lime Gatorade, which was plus 2.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, those are my 2 big ones that came in. On the negative side, I had Stevenson under 2.5 catches, and it looked like that one was going to cash until like midway through the 4th quarter, where they just started dumping the ball off to him. So he ended up with 5, which was really annoying to me. But like I said, I ended up out of the 10 or 11 that I gave out last week, I ended up on the positive side. So can't complain.
Yeah, very nice. You guys did a lot better than I did. I mean, I only had one out of my 10 props hit. It was actually the over 10.5 jersey number on the first touchdown. So that one came in. Unfortunately, I had like some of the worst odds, but it didn't go well for me. I had over 2.5 4th down conversions for the game, and obviously the Seattle had 5 field goals. I mean, they weren't going for it on 4th. Actually, they went against the analytics, and at least that's what it seems like. And they knew that they could stop New England's defense or offense, so they just kept kicking and scoring. And I'm not mad at them, but I didn't hit the fucking 4th down bet because of that.
Yeah.
I had a rough day with props, but it happens.
I'll tell you, if you had the punts prop, you were in it by the half. So that would have been nice. I did though.
I did didn't. I did hit a couple Super Bowl squares though, outside of
oh, nice.
So I made up for a little bit of those props, but yeah.
Yeah, and classic fashion, I continue to go over Super Bowl squares. I just don't hit them. So I'll stick to my March Madness squares. I did get lucky. I mean, I actually hit a lot more than we just gave out on the show. And my big bet, as you guys know, was on Seattle to score team total over 25.5. So that pick six was electric around the Ashton household. I can tell you that. It was a lot of fun, and it might have involved me running a lap or two around the kitchen table. So that was a good time. But I got lucky because beforehand we were all shooting messages throughout the day, and TJ, friend of the show, had text Tyler and I saying he was all over Kenneth Walker and he was just going to hammer him. And then I looked up, I looked at a note from VSiN, and like they had 200 sharps like on the under. And I'm like, ooh, that's too many people on the under. So I sent that over via text, and I wound up, that was a big play for me too. I was going to hammer the under, and I actually stayed away from it altogether. So saved myself a little bit of money because of a impromptu text from friends of the program.
Very nice.
There you go.
Yeah, we like it. So,
Tyler, how'd you do with the props?
Not too bad. Had a lot of, I had the weird shit, right? Like Super Bowl scoreagami. I thought because of all the field goals, I might get lucky on like just a backdoor weirdness happen, or like a Patriots go for two late in the game. Shocked they didn't go for two, by the way, when they scored the first touchdown they scored. That was a prime spot to go for two, and they didn't for some reason. The math really didn't math to me there. But so I didn't get that 2-point conversion successful. Sam Darnold, a tough one to kind of miss on. Sam Darnold's over in yards I gave out, which was 5.5. He had an 11-yard run, and then took that like 6-yard loss in the fourth quarter, and just completely screwed up his over under. So that wasn't very fun for me on that side. So tough one there. But I did get the Sam Darnold more passing yards than the total points scored in USC Penn State. They scored, I believe that number was like 170 in a total, and Sam Darnold threw for 210. And then I believe I hit the Cooper Cup 25 yards in each half bet, which both of those, that was a plus 700 bet, and Sam Darnold was plus 270. Another one to Jay's point that I didn't hit, any punt resulting in a touchback. The Patriots punted fucking 600 times in this game, and not one of them went in the end zone. And there was several kicks that were on the 2-3 inside the 5-yard line. It was that Seattle punter is legit, is what I found out watching the Super Bowl, because anytime that there could have been a little bit of momentum going the other way almost. Like after that touchdown, they got the stop, and then he put them inside the 5. So it was like, well, there goes that kind of thought if they haven't been able to go 90 the whole game. So, but that was a tough one to not hit when they punted so much.
Yeah, he was a weapon for sure.
Yeah, tough one. Sam Darnold, the rushing yards. If you had his over in rushing yards, you were upset by that second to last play of their offensive game.
Yeah. Overall, I think it was easy to see that Seattle was primed to win the game, even though it wasn't going to be sexy. It just looked like New England was stifled from the word go. Mm-hmm. At one point in time, I think a couple texts were flying around that, the kicker was actually in line to be the MVP, because it was kind of, get down, Seattle would drive, kick a field goal. Seattle would drive, kick a field goal. So what we're trying to say, New England was stopping them, but it almost was like Seattle was just like stopping themselves too.
Yeah.
So normally people are emptying the bag, taking a lot of chances, and it just seemed like both offensive coordinators were being hyper conservative, and then Seattle just opened up the floodgates with the defense.
Yeah, and I think Seattle especially were being conservative because they just didn't think New England could do anything on offense, So, right. But yeah, to Tyler's point, there were 15 punts, 8 by New England and 7 by Seattle, and like you said, no touchbacks. That's very strange, So
that's crazy.
Not one bad fucking bounce, Jeff. Not one.
Well, they would have all been touchbacks if you were on the other side of it. So.
Of course, that's just the way that works.
Exactly.
Just the way that works.
Anybody look at the odds for next year? I think Seattle's favored to repeat, aren't they?
They are.
I would assume.
Yeah, They are.
I know exactly what I like. I mean, obviously, I'm not probably not throwing anything on it quite yet, but the Chiefs plus 1,400, I'm all over that. So, I expect a big bounce back from them. Mahomes is going to be supposedly going to be healthy. Now he's been so far in his career, he's been a quick healer to begin with, and he's on pace. They expected that he'd be back by training camp, when the injury occurred, and supposedly nothing has gone wrong. So I'm on the Chiefs, and I'll probably end up throwing something on him for MVP too, which is about plus 1,000 for him right now. So I'll be all over the Chiefs at some point in the next few weeks. So
Yeah, I'm the same way with like the Broncos. Plus 2,000 for the Broncos. They got to have a sour taste in their mouth thinking they got that close, and kind of one injury really pretty much just stopped the whole season. Assuming that he's healthy to start the season out, I mean, they were pretty dominant. I mean, shit, would they win 14 games this year? Something like that?
yeah, I can't believe. I mean, there's like what are they? 1, 2, 3.
They're like
4,
the 8th
5.
best odds to win right now. They're behind
Yeah,
the 49ers, the Chargers, the Lions.
They're 12th. They're
The
12th.
Eagles.
They're 12th. That makes no sense, man.
Yeah. 4 or 5 of these teams didn't even make the playoffs. They were in the AFC Championship game with like a couple plays away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you got first place schedule to take into
Correct.
consideration. It's probably more of a we don't believe in Bo Nix situation than it is anything else. You got to think the defense has a little bit of regression, and the reality is they didn't look really good towards the end of the year anyway. They got lit up at home by Jacksonville, and obviously they had a snowstorm really mess up their playoff chances, but they didn't look great against Buffalo. Buffalo easily could have won that game. So
Yeah. I mean, again, like Tyler said, I mean, why do the Chargers have better
the
odds?
that makes no sense. That
Yeah.
makes no sense.
They have the same odds as the
Unless
Jags.
I mean,
Which
the
makes a
only,
little bit
the
of
only,
sense.
the only thing there is, okay, both of your tackles are coming back, so you've improved your offensive line by not being injured. You factor in Najee Harris to that equation? Probably not. DJ Mikey McDaniel coming to town to spin up some offensive plays. Maybe that's where you're going. I have no idea.
That's a weird buddy cop movie. McDaniel and
It really
and
is.
Harbaugh.
It
I
really
just don't see how those guys mesh.
Yeah, and it's
I
kind
don't
of, I mean, old school and new school, right? I mean, there's a big age difference there, so it's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I would fade. I mean, you got to, it's way too early until the schedule gets released. We have no idea what offseason is going to look like. We have no idea what salary caps and all that fun shit. But I would fade the Rams right out of the gate. Another year from Stafford. Obviously MVP played at a high level. He's going to be another year older. You have no idea what's going to happen there. The Ravens, new coach, new system. Third best odds. I'd fade that right out of the gate.
Yeah,
Bills-
Lamar's a year older. He's not been a picture of health in his career,
Right,
So,
right. Are the Packers going to be any better? Not sure. Eagles, they've got some
Personality.
issues.
Yeah, they got some personality issues.
I did say on this show a couple weeks ago that AJ Brown would not be in uniform next year, and it doesn't look like he's going to be. So we'll see what happens there. The Lions, is that window closed? There's a lot of big numbers down the board I'd look at, but I kind of like Seattle again.
I like Seattle at plus 950, and I kind of like Houston. I mean, I know CJ Stroud is not the best quarterback, but if they can keep that defense together and put some pieces on the offensive line, maybe get another weapon or two. I don't know, man. They made it pretty far this year with
They had
him at the
weapons,
helm.
dude. He just fucking
No,
sucked.
yeah. No, I know he played like shit, but I mean, maybe he plays a little better, and they win it.
They need to go all in on offensive line. That's what they need to do.
Yeah.
So.
They just
You know,
need
the
to
only-
run
the
the
only
ball
thing with
60 times a
Seattle-
game. Be able to run the ball 60 times a game.
But I mean,
so
their
he doesn't throw
defense, their defense can get them there. I mean, their defense is fucking great.
Yeah.
yeah, no doubt. I mean, the thing you worry about with Seattle is the hangover, right? I mean, we've seen
Yeah.
it year after year after year. I mean, it's just human nature. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens there.
Only bright side to Seattle, I guess, is like, do they still feel like people are almost discounting them for winning? Like Sam Darnold still almost has a chip on his shoulder because they didn't really play like they won the Super Bowl handedly, but it's not like they like lit the world on fire offensively. So at least from the offensive perspective, they can get much better. and cleaner in the playoffs. So they're at least like, if you look at only the Super Bowl, obviously the NFC Championship game, they played great. So I think they could still come in with that mentality, and I think their defense is legit. So,
well, and the defense probably has another gear as
Yeah.
well. So we'll see what type of additions, subtractions. Jeff, do we like the Steelers at all at 100,000 plus 100,000? You know, maybe McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers put bygones be bygones and give it one more go.
No.
Jordy Nelson, they're going to sign Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, I'll just say no. I mean, because again, all jokes aside, I expect the AFC to be a lot better next year than it was this year. It was definitely a down season for that conference, so I think it'll bounce back. And I think the Steelers are going to have a rough year. So
I do like Cincinnati at plus 2,800 though. If they can figure out the defense.
I was just about to say, the only thing I would stay away from is Cincinnati, because why the fuck didn't they fire that coach? It makes no
that's
sense
also
to me.
fucking stupid. Yeah.
I mean, the other issue with them is just the quarterback. I mean, he does, he
he's
doesn't
gotta
stay
be
healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't stay healthy, and
Offensive line brutal.
they did the same thing. They need to go. They can't go all in on offensive line because you're paying two receivers a ridiculous amount of money, and you're locked up on the defensive side. The defense actually played better with the coaching change towards the end of the year. So giving him a full season should pan out. So can Burrow stay on the field, and can you protect him? So right below them I'm on FanDuel right now, and Dallas is plus 3,000 as well. I'm going to tell you right now, they might not come back from South America. So it's good luck betting that one. So as I saw that schedule, and I was just like, oh my God. So Michael Irvin might be down there as an ambassador. We'll see what happens. So, anyway. All right. Well, I think that officially puts a bow on the NFL. So
it was a interesting season. I don't know if it was necessarily a good season, but it was an interesting season, So
definitely a letdown for us here in Tampa. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
Forgot we had a football team.
Yep, I'm committed to at least 6 to 7 minutes of UFL ball this year. So whatever they call the XFL. So
5 more minutes than last year.
Yep. Looking to incrementally improve. So, all right. Well, we had a quiet week basketball wise. We got the NBA All-Star game coming up, which no one is excited about. It seems like a bigger letdown every year. We don't even have a white kid dunking. We've got a bunch of tall centers that no one wants to see. No one, including the players, can still explain what the actual All-Star game format is. And you're not actually playing full games, or it's a round robin. It is just terrible. So I think, oddly, the only thing that's worth watching now is Friday night and watching the young kids play, because at least they're going to go hard. So
and unfortunately, Flag's not playing because he got hurt, so he's not playing either.
Yeah, I think the 3-point contest is like the most fun thing they do, and it's weird now with like the 4-point shot and all this like weird funky shit that they do, but like that's the most fun. But I mean, if Steph's in it, he wins, so that takes away a little bit of it.
Yeah, I'll probably watch a little bit of that. I mean, I'll end up watching it at some point anyway, but
I'll catch the highlights.
Yeah, the game is just it's a bust. So
I haven't watched the game in years, so yeah.
All right. Well, like Bubba said, we got pitchers and catchers coming, so baseball's right around the corner. We got a good college basketball weekend coming up, and we're getting ready for the end of the road here. Conference stretches as we get ready for March, which is only 2 weeks away, which is kind of crazy to think about already.
Which also, Jay, too, shout out Tampa. We're going to be hosting some games here, so I'll be going to some of those for sure.
We've got the Friday, Sunday slate. So 4 games on Friday, 2 games on Sunday. Looking forward to it. Yep. Would love to get a UConn draw down here.
First weekend that you guys get the first weekend?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I've gone to a couple of those, and they've been in Philly since, I've gone to a couple. The tickets were a lot cheaper probably back then than they're going to be for you guys now. But it's a good time.
I think you can get like it's like by session, right? Because the games are back to back. There's 4 games a day. So I think to get 2 games right now, my buddy texted me, it's like $120 and you get to stay for 2 games. I don't know which session it is, but it's not that bad. I mean, $120.
Yeah,
but I mean,
That's you're up top though. You're up top. You're not getting.
Yeah, you're up top, and you're also paying $18 for a beer. So
Yeah. No, I'll go to a couple games. I mean, this has been my thing for years. I mean, I've probably gone to 25, 30 different locations for these games, and I've been to half a dozen Final Fours. So I mean, it's just a fun time of year. It's epic. So having it here, take the kids, have some fun, grab at least a session. Pro tip: don't do all day Friday and start drinking in early afternoon. It makes those last two games very tough. So just words of wisdom's out there. So let's let's make this a quick one tonight, huh? Let's jump into our
one comment about the Olympics. You talked about the hockey game. I did catch. It's funny. I turned it on like midway through the second period, and the United States went on like a 3-goal run. It was 1-1, and then all of a sudden it was 4-1, which was good to see. But I forgot. I'm sure I hear this every 4 years, and I just don't remember it. But it kind of blew me away that the States hasn't won a gold medal in men's hockey since 1980.
Yeah.
But they haven't won since the Miracle on Ice, which just blows my mind. So we'll see if they can get past Canada this year.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Olympics.
And before that, it was 60. So they've only won the gold twice in men's hockey, which is just hard to believe. But
who's the favorite this year? Is it Czech?
Canada, I think.
Yeah, it's Canada, right?
I think Canada, and then us, and then maybe Sweden being the third. It's like that
Sweden.
combination of them three. Yeah. And if you're a hockey fan, the Lightning have been playing some unbelievable hockey. This is probably a weird time for a break, and also the baseball should do this kind of break thing if they have baseball in the Olympics again in the middle of the season, so they can actually have the MLB guys play in this. How hockey actually just shuts down the NHL for 2 weeks.
Yeah, see, I don't think Tyler. I think it's very unlikely that happens because they do the WBC and they just want to push the WBC.
Well, they don't. Baseball's not in the Olympics anymore, so that's why they started the WBC.
No, I understand. Yeah. No, I get it. But they make money off the WBC, where I don't think they would make any money off the Olympics. So,
of course, it's all money related.
Yeah, like dollars,
the hockey teams can't post any clips from the Olympics. So, like you're seeing, like the teams' accounts aren't allowed to post clips from the game of like the guys on their team scoring. So, like, you want to try and grow the games with the Olympics, but you're not allowing teams to grow the game. It's stupid.
Very strange.
Very strange.
All right, Ash, what are we doing? We're doing our locks of the week, our picks of the week.
Yeah. Let's do the categories. Let's recap last week in the Super Bowl, the playoffs, if we will.
All right.
Why don't you lead us up, Jeff?
Yeah, I'll start it off. So let's see. Last week I had the Pats, right? I mean,
no, you had
Hawks, right? Yeah, I had Seattle minus 4.5. Of course, that came in. So that was a good hit for me. This week, again, we're switching over to either hoops or golf or, well, there's no hockey, I guess, that we could bet on. So it's this week I got Austin Reeves over 24.5 points tonight. So no Luka. They're playing at home, so Reeves over 24.5 tonight. That's my lock of the week.
I like it. Last week I also had Seattle minus 4.5. So laid the points, got the win, closed out the playoff run at a 4-0 clip on my locks. So if you
did.
If you were fading me, you faded me to your futility. So I also had, as we were talking about before the show, I had the exact Super Bowl matchup. Had that in a real life ticket as well as on the show. So good times there for Jay Ash. And then on the non-football tonight action, I've got Central Connecticut State University laying 3.5 over New Haven. And they are currently up 72-62 with 5 minutes to go.
There you go.
Yes, indeedy.
Go.
All right.
Bubba.
Last week for my lock, I had the OKC Thunder minus 6.5.
No.
late NBA.
No, you had the
that not-
Pats.
Am I looking at the wrong thing?
Yeah, that
You
was
are.
2 weeks ago. You had the
Oh,
Pats,
okay.
right? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Add Pat's money line. Sorry. All right, I see it now. Pat's money line, obviously an L. This week, I'm doing a little golf. All three of my picks are golf. I got Scotty Scheffler to finish in the top 5. It's minus 136. I put 2 units on it. He made a late push last week, and I know he's at par. He's even right now, but hopefully he makes the cut and makes another late push.
That's going to be a tough one.
That's going to be tough. Yeah, he's not playing his best golf right now.
Oh, the field's stacked too.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I have for last week I was on the Pats as well. Money line, obviously caught an L there. My lock of this week, I'm gonna go with the USA women's team versus Italy. The over under is 7.5 goals. I'll take the over on it. U.S.
Nice.
women they're 5.5 point favorites in this game, by the way.
Crazy.
So if you like 7.5, you probably just take the U.S. women as well, and just parlay them together potentially. Because apparently they have been playing fantastic as well. They're the favorites, I believe, to win over Canada even. So I'll take the U.S. women. Yeah, I mean they're legit, dude. They fly. They have girls like talking shit, like fighting too, like they're nasty. So it's pretty fun to watch, but I'll take the over and goals.
I mean, those two teams have had a huge rivalry over the past couple decades, so they don't like each other at all.
Yep.
You know,
love it. But that's where I'm going.
Why don't you take it back? What's your prop, Tyler?
My prop of this week. Let me pull it up here. I believe it was Austin Reeves to have 5 threes today.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going with Austin Reeves plus 575. Nothing. I mean, just kind of a shot in the dark. I don't believe Luka's playing today. Am I correct on that? So someone's going to have to score. Austin Reeves, LeBron will find him early and often, I would say, to probably get his shot going. That way LeBron can kind of take a back seat. It might be a big Austin Reeves game. So I'll go Austin Reeves to have 5 plus 3s, which is plus 575.
I like it.
All right, let's see. Last week I had in the Super Bowl, the Patriots kicker to have over 1.5 field goals. It's my prop of the week. I don't even think he attempted one.
Nope.
So big L. Big L there, but I feel
you had a rough week, huh, in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I do feel. I mean, if you're going off this, I was 1 for 13 on bets that I gave out on the show. So that goes to tell you how good I was. But I do feel good about this one because he had a great day today. Siwoo Kim to finish in the top 20. I have 3 units on this. It's minus 115, and he's in a pretty good spot right now. So hopefully he has a couple good days back to back and can finish in the top 20 for me.
He's sitting at 19 right now, and he's been in the top 20 every tournament he's played in this year. So he should be an automatic on a ticket. So that's a good one.
Yeah. Pretty good.
My prop last week was Jones with an interception. Didn't happen. It was a big number, so I threw it out there. I'm okay with the result. Unfortunately, I did go 0-4 in playoff props, so that's a wah. Tonight, I've got nobody tonight. It's for a weekend. I have Russell Henley, top 10 at plus 285, currently sitting at number 11. So right where I expected him to be, and he should finish strong. We'll see what happens.
All right. I had Darnold as my MVP at plus 130. That obviously didn't come in. For this week, I have it's actually for tonight. I have LeBron over 39.5 points, rebounds, assists. Again, with no Luka, I see LeBron having, let's say, 24, 8, and 8. That'll get him to 40, and that's all he needs. So that'd be minus 120 if that comes in.
I like 28, 10, and 6, and you'll find out why during bragging rights.
And then for the underdog, man, I mean, Jay, you picked Central Connecticut State. I mean, you're braver than I am. The college slate is just bad, and the NBA there's only 3 games, so I don't have a lot of confidence in this pick. But out of the 3 games, Jazz plus 230 to win outright. So that's my underdog of the week.
There you go.
Like it.
That's tough. That is tough. Yeah. Last week we had the crazy thing. This week I've got North Texas plus 110 tonight against Memphis. You're right, Jeff. It was slim pickings out there. The last time we did this category, I did have Central Connecticut. I've got them tonight as a favorite, but took me a minute to look at the board. I didn't like anything in the NBA with the 3 games, especially going into the All-Star break. You have no idea what's really going to happen. So Memphis having a down year. North Texas just scrappy little team, and the sports program's picking up down there. So plus 110. We'll see what happens.
There you go. All right. Again, sticking with golf here, same reason. Obviously, the basketball slate. I actually went on to look at an NBA game, and they were all off the board. So, or at least the money line option was for the one I looked at. So I got Victor Hovland to be the top continental European finisher in this Pebble Beach tournament, and that pays, it's underdog odds. It pays plus 225. So I've got a 1 unit on that. So I went all golf. I've been dialed in. I was dialed in today. He finished strong. I think he had 2 birdies to finish. So he's 2 under. And I'll be watching throughout the week. It's beautiful out there. It's been fun watching that.
You got a lot of ground to make up there. He's currently 251, and there's a lot of Europeans ahead of him. So
yeah,
a lot. So, all right, that does it for the categories.
Oh well,
Tyler.
Oh, sorry.
Tough sleddings.
Yeah.
I'll go with my underdog. I'll stick with hockey. I'll flip to the men's side. I know I said Sweden's one of the favorites, but you got Finland is playing Sweden tomorrow afternoon. They need to win to keep their chances alive in their division or in their group, because they already caught a loss to Slovakia. So they need to win. They'll be playing with some enthusiasm against Sweden, so I'll take them as my underdog plus 155.
There you go.
I like it.
There you go.
This is probably our quickest pod of the year. Well,
we got to do bragging rights.
But yeah,
we got to do bragging rights. Give you an extra 5 minutes.
Right. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, you're in a hurry?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
All right, let's jump into it. Bubba, this clearly didn't hit because you had the Patriots to win, just like I did.
None of it hit. I mean, none of it hit. The only thing that I thought I was going to get a backdoor cover on the over, but that didn't even hit. So 0 for 4 here, wasted $25. I could have put that to a lot better use, but it's the effort that counts.
Yeah, you gave it a shot. Jay, I believe this one was yours.
Yeah,
and
this
one of
was
3,
not great either.
2 of 3, 2 of 4.
2 of 4, and the JSN props killed everybody. And I thought that Darnold could get to 274, but that was taken into consideration that I didn't think the Pats were going to be able to run the ball. So once that happened, this thing was doomed from the start. The only bonus was, like Bubba said, it's kind of a waste of $25, but because of the Super Bowl action, the friends at the Hard Rock had that little promo going. I have 2 $36 free bets.
Yeah, as do I. I have 1. Very excited about that.
I love it.
Got to use it by like the 16th or something, though. Pay attention to that.
Oh, I'll use it by tomorrow.
Yeah,
I got a lot of fun golf matchups tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go. And then Jeff, I believe this one was yours.
Yeah, I went 2 and 2 as well. Well, that's not mine.
Oh,
is
that's
it?
not yours. Might have mixed it up with another one.
That's all right. I know what I did. I could go over it. So last week I had the Seahawks minus 4.5 that came in. I had over 45.5 that came in, but I had Hunter Henry and Cooper Kupp both with anytime touchdowns, and neither got in the end zone. So
Don't know where I got that one from. But yep, gotcha. This week, this is yours, Jeff. Lead us off. This is correct, I believe.
Yep, it is. So I got the Portland Trailblazers winning by 8.5. I got the over in that game, which is 239. So hopefully it's going to be a high-scoring game. I got the over in the Thunder game, the Bucks Thunder game, which is going on right now, and so far I think they're both putting up points, so that's over 214.5. And I got the Lakers winning by at least 7. So 25 pays 290. Not huge odds there, but a realistic one. So we'll see what happens.
Very nice. Bubba?
All right. So I went with college hoops. A lot of money line plays here. 25 pays 308 and some change. North Carolina Wilmington minus 170 favorite. They should take care of business. This is where it gets fun. Towson and Stony Brook. Know nothing about either team. I'm assuming the favorite wins that game. But I have to shout out Youngstown State. $1 ant is from Youngstown. I saw that on the board. Plus 140. I'll take the dog in that fight. And then I took the over in the Indiana State Murray State game. Again, 25 pays 308. This should be wrapped up tonight. Hoping for a bragging rights winner.
There you go.
Nice. The Fighting John Morants versus the Larry Birds in the last one.
Bubba, who was the favorite in the Townsend game?
Stony Brook.
Yeah, Townsend won by 12.
There you go. You will
Yeah,
not be
so
winning.
it is it is 8:52. So so that game is over. It started at 7.
Yep.
Moving on.
Hey, that means all those other games are over. Did I go at least 3 for 1?
No, most of them are still in play. So I was paying attention to that because I also have a Townsend Stony Brook play in here tonight. I had the under 234. It came in at 226. I'm sorry, 134. I can't even read my own ticket here. So it's in at 126. So the under is in. I've got Central Connecticut laying 3.5. They are currently up 6 with a minute and a half to go. And I've got Murray State also laying 2.5, and they are up 8 with 4 minutes to go. And then, Jeff, I've got LeBron with a double-double at plus 105. It's a low ticket for me tonight, but 25 pays 345. And I'm going to know if I'm in the driver's seat in probably 6-7 minutes.
All right.
Love it.
Yeah, you were braver than me going with that. That college slate was rough tonight. So
Yeah.
You know, they say that fortune favors the bold, Jeff. So here we are. Here we are. So Matt Damon taught me that in a bad crypto commercial. So anyway, that's going to do it for the pod tonight. Big thanks to our sponsor, Last Rep, for sponsoring Talking Tickets and giving us a shout, giving all of our listeners discounts. Take advantage of that, everybody. The drink is fantastic. The code is chaos, gets you 20% off. Who doesn't like 20% off of anything? So follow us on all the socials at Casual Chaos Live. This was a quick one tonight, kind of get reacclimated to life without football. We'll be back, better than ever. We can say that now next week. So looking forward to it. And until then, bye.
Peace out.
bye, everybody. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Hi, everyone. This is Jay Ash, one of the hosts of the Casual Chaos podcast you are about to listen to discusses gambling and wagering on sporting events. Please be advised the gambling and sports wagering content during this podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute financial or gambling advice. Sports wagering involves significant risk. If you choose to gamble, please do so responsibly and only gamble with funds that you can comfortably afford to lose. All opinions, wagering tickets discussed, or implied wagers on the Casual Chaos podcast are not guarantees to result in financial gain. You must be 21 years or older or of legal gambling age in your jurisdiction to participate in sports wagering. Please verify the gambling and sports wagering laws and regulations within your jurisdiction prior to placing bets. Listeners are solely responsible for their own wagering decisions and outcomes. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call or text the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-426-2537. We encourage everyone to engage with sports betting responsibly. The host and the Casual Cast podcast assume no liability for any losses incurred as a result of listening to this content.